long ago, a car hit a gas line and caused this explosion you see behind me. It reached up to 8 feet, and if it continues to rise, the river could reach its flood level at 13 feet. There are 8 confirmed cases of the mumps within the district, but they're trying to contain it by deep cleaning buses twice a day. They tell me they hope to raise at least $75,000 from this massive slide. You can feed your donut addiction 24/7 here at the Hertz Donut Company. They've got some cool flavors like the Slim Shady, Cookie Monster. The Academy is teaching children's moves like the side kick and the round off kick. But they're also teaching them how to communicate effectively. Kit has been an officer at the Highfield Police Department for around 2.5 years. The girls are wearing ribbons on their jerseys in Adia's memory. And the coach tells me they plan to continue to wear those ribbons throughout the rest of the season. Carol Davison and her daughter Rosemary have been missing for more than 2 weeks now. And even though officers have halted ground searches, they're still working around the clock to make sure they bring them home safe. And they've started a tick project where they're studying the insects and plan to house thousands of them in vials like this for research. As you can see, there's another helicopter here to help out. I spoke to Keena's handler, Dennis Weisner, and he told me he's hopeful that they'll find his dog. Bentonville police say that it was a man's body that was found in this lake this afternoon. They say a pilot was the first to notice the body. I'm at the only public tornado shelter in Benton County, and as you can see, the doors are locked. They won't unlock automatically until a tornado warning is issued because he actually managed to break the store's window, first struggling to throw this bike, which ricocheted into those bricks. Live in Fort Smith, having a good time. Meghan Kee, 4029 News. In the days leading up to Christmas, XNA expects to see more than 4,000 travelers leading out of this airport. I spoke to a couple of passengers who told me why they'd rather fly before drive. Personally, when it comes to the circus, there's nothing more spectacular than the elephants. Police are circulating pictures of this woman. They say they got the pictures from an ATM outside of Tulsa. The Carson and Barnes Circus is celebrating its 80th anniversary. And here you can see all types of exciting stunts, from clowns and exotic animals, even motorcycles. Now I'm here with Juan. He's one of the motorcyclists. Juan, can you tell me what it's like being in that Sphere?
Well, it's like you're having a lot of fun.
Kyler Williams' family decorated his grave for Christmas with several wreaths and keepsakes. As a matter of fact, this wreath had horns sticking out of the middle of it because Kyler loved to hunt. And you can see that someone ripped the horns right out the wreath.
And to come out here and see that those items that we had left have been taken, I mean, it's a hard blow, especially at a time like this. I mean, it's still fresh.
This is what Kyler Williams' grave looked like before the items were stolen. And this is what it looks like now. The thieves made off with 3 wreaths, various Christmas decorations, and some keepsake items, like a statue with a jersey tied around it. And they even took Williams' tassel that he would have worn to graduation. We reached out to the cemetery to make sure the items weren't purposely removed by them, and they assured me this wasn't their doing.
We wouldn't have left it like that in that condition. If we would have removed anything, we would have removed everything that violated any policies. And right, as of now, nothing violates policy as far as Christmas decorations.
In fact, the Bluff Cemetery allows Christmas decorations to be left up for months, from November until the end of February. It's only been a few months since Kyler Williams' death, and his family is still grieving. Williams' family tells me they don't want to get anyone in trouble. They just want them to do the right thing.
If the items just mysteriously show back up, we're extremely happy with that. You know, we don't need names, addresses, we don't need any of that. We're not trying to file a police report. Bring the items back and nothing else will be said about it.
Kyler Williams' family loves and misses him very much, and they tell me they're praying for whoever stole the items from his grave. Today I sat down with an Iraqi refugee family who found a new place to call home in Springdale. They described to me what it was like to be Christians in Muslim territory and how being brought in as refugees has helped save them.
So when I was in Iraq, it was so difficult. When I go to school or to teach or to go to church, I don't know if I'm coming back home or not.
The Arso Abudi family moved to Northwest Arkansas in 2014. But before they moved here, they lived in Iraq during a dangerous time, especially for Christians.
Christians live in on day-to-day basis. Like they can't live like this for a long time. They are like being killed, beheaded, and all this bad stuff.
It took their family 4.5 years to get through the refugee screening process to come to America. In fact, our interpreter was the first member of the Arso Abudi family to come to the United States. He didn't want to show his face on camera, but he says he was an interpreter for the United States Army back in Iraq. And because of his work with the U.S., he and his family were considered traitors.
After I left, they start to like threat them and like want to kill them, and they send them a lot of letters threatening to kill them. And one night they were thinking that my brother is me, not like him. So they came to the house, they shot him a couple times in his legs, and they left him bleeding on the sidewalk. Thankfully, he escaped from there. He lives in Germany now.
With everyone safe, it now brings up the question of rights and freedom for them here in the States.
I start to feel like Trump is trying to keep us in the United States. Even if I am a green card holder now in the United States, I am a resident. I want to go visit my brother and come back. Now I can't go even visit them. I start to feel like I'm back in Iraq again because I can't leave the country again.
But they do believe the refugee vetting system is necessary.
We just need to check more into those people's background before we bring them here to make sure that they are not terrorists.
The family tells me they do wish the refugee vetting system was a faster process.
New surveillance video shows a different view of the events leading up to an officer-involved shooting. Good evening, I'm Craig Cannon. 4029's Meghan Kee is in the studio now to tell us what the new video shows.
The Washington County prosecutor gave us these CDs showing new surveillance video of what actually happened that night. At 2:25 a.m., Fayetteville police pulled over Willie Tillman for driving with no headlights. Police stopped Tillman in a parking lot on North College Avenue, and Corporal Patrick Hamby walks up to the car and he talks to Tillman.
Good evening. How you doing, man? I'm Corporal Hamby, Fayetteville Police Department. You got your driver's license insurance? No, I don't get that. You have any ID card or anything, man? Signal 35. You're driving without your headlights on. Oh, my bad.
They talked for about 2.5 minutes, and then Corporal Hamby asked Tillman to get out of the car and put his hands on the car.
Hop in here and talk to me real quick. Okay.
Tillman gets out, but then tries to get back in. Corporal Hamby tries to stop Tillman from getting back into the car, and there's a struggle. And look at this again. You can see Officer Jones getting into the car on the passenger side. Here's what you just saw from a different angle from a surveillance camera at a nearby business. Tillman's car is in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. We zoomed in on the car so you can see Officer Jones on the passenger side. Back to the dash cam video, you can see the car taking off before coming to a stop several feet away. Both Hamby and Jones are struggling with Tillman. And this is a freeze frame from the camera on Corporal Hamby's taser. You can see Officer Jones on the passenger side. Corporal Hamby manages to get out of the car, but Officer Jones is still inside when Tillman takes off, heading north on College Avenue. Officer Jones and Tillman struggled in the car during the drive, and during that struggle, Tillman was shot 4 times. Tillman drove less than half a mile on College Avenue before the car stopped in a parking lot on Sunbridge. Corporal Hamby rushed to the car, not knowing what he was going to find.
I ain't got no. Hey, 4 shots fired. Get out of the car now! Yes, sir. He shot me. Get out of the car! Shot me, man. Get out of the car! Hey, get out of the car now. Okay, I can't. My leg shot me, bro.
Officers pulled Tillman from the car at 2:31 and started administering first aid. The incident lasted around 6 minutes. The report states that Tillman was conscious and talking to officers after the incident. He died 16 days later in the hospital on May 9th. In the studio, Meghan Kee, 4029 News.